Have you ever met someone so charismatic it's like they could charm a bird out of a tree? How do they do it? Are they just especially extroverted? Maybe they're born with unlimited charisma and likability. Or maybe they're just following certain patterns which other people value and want to be around. What if there's a way to be more charismatic, a more desirable partner, a more successful salesman? Dale Carnegie thought there was such a way, and collated all his strategies and wrote how to win friends and influence people. People can tell when you're being insincere, so you can't just implement certain behaviours and expect to gain something out of it. But if you approach this subject with a sincere intention to better the lives of others, you will find yourself enriched with positive experiences. So with that in mind, here are 5 things I learned from how to win friends and influence people. Number 1. Give sincere appreciation. You'll make someone's day. It's easy to get wrapped up in what we're doing and not recognise the actions of others. In this modern age, we are quick to criticise and slow to praise, demanding perfection and throwing out the baby with the bathwater if someone does anything less than perfect. Unless you're lucky enough to have been born conventionally good-looking, most of us are starved of compliments and are craving some form of recognition. No matter who you are, you have the power to change other people's day. Don't believe me? Try taking public transport during evening rush hour and see if you can't hear a collective "oh for fuck's sake" when an aggressive loud drunk enters the same carriage. Everyone's day has become a small percentage worse, and by the same token, you could improve their day with some sincere appreciation. If you spot something you admire in someone, don't hesitate to praise them for it. They will appreciate it more than you will ever know. Part of this appreciation is exercising gratitude. Please and thank you, so easy to say, yet often overlooked. Just because someone is just doing their job does not mean they don't value appreciation. Everyone wants to be valued, and showing appreciation is a part of that. So give it a go. Next time you like someone's outfit, compliment them on their dress sense. And when someone does you a favour, handwrite them a thank you note and see what happens. Number 2. The art of remembering names. Carnegie says, the sound people love the most is the sound of their own name. And I think he may be onto something there. Starbucks serves the most overpriced mediocre coffee, and yet the small gesture of writing someone's name on a cup makes people feel valued. Coca-Cola increased its sales by 11% through its Share a Coke With campaign. The wealthy will donate to universities to have an institute or foundation named after them, because their name is the only thing that will outlast them. Remembering someone's name and using it makes them feel valued. Now, I will however caveat this. You can't just name drop someone into liking you. There's nothing more cringe than a so-called people person or salesman saying your name every 5 seconds.
So, James, pleasure to meet you, James. Real pleasure to meet you. Heard a lot about you, James.
But using someone's name can show them that you remember them and you regard them as important. When you meet someone for the first time, try repeating their name in your head a few times so you remember them for next time. You could associate their name with a few facts you've learned, such as Bob has a Labrador called Benji. Next time you see him, you can open with, "Hey Bob, how's Benji?" You've not only remembered their name, you've taken an interest in a part of their life. Which leads me on to my next lesson. Number 3, show interest in others. People love to talk about themselves, and the best way to do that is be curious and ask questions about people's lives. People are far more interesting than we give them credit for. It just takes a bit of curiosity to get there. Ask open-ending questions that can lead to more interesting responses. Ask them about something unrelated to their work that most people may not know about them. Once again, I must caveat. Do not show fake enthusiasm for someone's interests. It will stand out a mile away and will put people off completely.
Did you see the game the other night?
Which game?
The big fixture. Oh, you missed a great one. It was a really great game.
Pick up on what you are mutually interested in, so that both can actually enjoy the conversation. Look for some common ground, and you may find you have more in common than you originally thought. Number 4. Avoiding criticism and confrontation. Criticism is a surefire way to shut someone off to you. The common response is to get defensive because we feel attacked. When things go wrong, a good indicator of a toxic team is when instead of looking for solutions, you're looking for someone to blame. People don't like criticism. We struggle to separate our actions from who we are as a person, and so any attack on something we have done is a personal attack on ourselves. This is where constructive criticism comes into play. Focusing on the positive aspects of someone's work will reinforce their receptiveness to improving and will keep their buy-in. It can be very tempting to go for the jugular with criticism, but it will fall on deaf ears and very rarely produce the result you wanted to start with. It may feel good in the moment, but it won't result in any material change. The old adage, try walking in someone else's shoes, comes to mind. No one thinks they are doing bad, so question how someone arrived at a particular scenario, and you may find that you yourself would have done the same thing. Number 5. Encouraging others' success. Your peers are not your competitors, they are your collaborators. Entering a scarcity mindset of competition will put you in a race to the bottom. Jealousy, putting others down, or guarding knowledge is a great way to alienate yourself from others. If you share in others' happiness, you will find their support forthcoming. Other people succeeding does not stop you from succeeding. If anything, it gives you a network of people to draw on for support. So celebrate the success of others, don't put them down, and you may find them wanting to share their success with you. So there we have it, just a few lessons I picked up with some heavy caveats that if you don't act genuine with people, they will see straight through your facade and want nothing to do with you. But if you implement these things with authenticity, you may find them useful for improving your interactions with people. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to buy How to Win Friends and Influence People, follow the link in the description. And if you enjoyed the video, please hit subscribe. See you soon.